Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris here once again looking ahead to today's slate for the 10th of August. Once again, hopefully you guys all did pretty good last night. Unfortunately, we got screwed over by Joel Embiid. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But besides that, it was a pretty solid lineup, and Reggie Jackson once again screwed me, even though he's been doing pretty good. So, that is the normal trend for me always. Been picking on guys that are doing good, then I pick them one day and they absolutely suck. So that's probably happened to you guys a couple times as well. So anyway, that is mostly it. As normal, if you guys need any help on Fanduel or DraftKings advice, we are still here. We have a 1 week, 2 week, and a 1 month, um, I guess, membership and a way for you guys. If you guys need any extra help on that, we'd love to have you guys come join us for sure. All you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, as you see right there, or it will also be down there in the comment section below. Also, we are going to be starting up some sports betting device as well. Hope you guys pick some of the NBA games and stuff like that. We have done that in the past, and we did pretty dang well before the shutdown. I think we were like 17-5 or 17-6. We uh we were doing pretty dang good in sports betting. So if you guys are interested in that, DFS has been screwing you over quite a bit because the rotations suck and some coaches are just trash. Yeah, you guys can totally, if you need any help on sports betting, same thing. All you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, and we'll help you guys out on that. So yeah, that is all that. Anyway, we have an interesting slate. We've got a 5 game slate here. So these are mostly these teams' last 2 to 3 games, and most of like the seeding is already decided for the most part. So a lot of these teams we've already seen in the last day or two they're going to be changing up the rotations, letting a lot of their crappy players play, and let their their stars play maybe a half or rest them. And so yeah, so definitely keep that in mind. So the next couple days, you want to be targeting the games that actually matter for the most part. So, like this one here, Phoenix and OKC. This game matters for Phoenix, because they're only a game and a half or 2 games out, right behind right behind Portland. Portland, Memphis, and Phoenix are all fighting for that eighth and ninth seed there. The other two, Pelicans and the Kings, got knocked out yesterday. So, yeah, and Phoenix has been pretty hot as well. So this game, like I said, this game matters to Phoenix. So I think this could be one of the better ones to target. To be honest with you, and OKC still playing their guys for the most part. Normal minutes, so I think this could be a good one. I don't mind Chris Paul. Usually don't like Rubio, but like I said, it really matters for the Suns. So I think a lot of these guys get a little bit of a bump here. Almost had a triple double last time versus Miami. Carter went off, but once again, I'd rather have Payne if you need someone for 20 to 21. And then you got Booker. Not a good matchup for him, but for the most part, a lot of these games recently not that great of matchups for him. The Clippers, Indiana, Miami, not really, like I said, not the greatest matchups, but he's been doing pretty good in those matchups. So, like I said, he knows that that they need this, and yeah, he's pretty faithful to Phoenix. So, don't mind Booker. I want to touch on OKC real quick. So, if Adams and Nerlens Noel is out again, which they might be. It is a back-to-back, or maybe one of them plays. We'll have to see. Adams may play, but anyway, Darius Baisley has been getting a little bit more touches here the last couple days, and played pretty good minutes the last 2 games here. 22 and 34 fantasy points, dude's $3,600. So, I mean, if Adams plays and Nerlens is out, I still don't mind Basley because he's a small forward, power forward. So definitely look at that dude. Another a guy to look at is Diallo. He will be coming off the bench for the most part, and another guy not playing a lot of minutes, but 4K, 25 and 25 in his last two against a little bit of an uptick here against a Phoenix team. And then obviously a lot of people know about him already, but Dort's here, or Dort. He's been doing pretty good. I haven't really picked him, but yeah, he's been doing pretty good, pretty solid. So all three of those guys are in play for sure. Like I said, if Noel and Adams are both there, I'd probably lay off maybe a little bit of Baisley, maybe a little bit of Diallo, but Dort is still in a pretty good spot. And then obviously you have Shea Gilgeous. As long as Dennis Schroeder stays out, still away from the team. Okay. So yeah, as long as he's out, these two guys are in pretty good spots. And like I said, I don't mind a Darius Baisley either. So that's what we got going on for that game there. So I'll definitely be targeting that one. Like I said, that one really does matter to Phoenix. And like we saw with Portland yesterday, it wasn't really the best matchup for Philly. Sorry, Portland versus Philly, but they pulled it out. And it was a high-scoring game, and Lillard just went off. So yeah, definitely watch out for Booker as well. So Dallas and Utah, this one should be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Utah rested a couple of their guys, just because Dallas is already resting Luka Doncic and Porzingis in this one. So I'd be very surprised if Mitchell did play in this one. He has a little bit of a leg injury, and they don't really need this game at all. So, I mean, if Dallas is, letting their guys sit, why not just let Mitchell sit? Um, sit, sorry. Dorian Finney-Smith is also out, so I don't know who really gets minutes there. Maybe Justin Jackson, maybe a little bit, but I don't really like messing with those guys too much. Their rotations on their bench players for Dallas is absolute trash, so I don't really want to mess with them too much. So if Mitchell's out, maybe take a shot with this dude if he starts. They have been playing him a little bit. As you see, they randomly played him against Denver, even though they're healthy. So who knows, man? I mean, if he randomly starts for some weird reason, I don't mind him because I would be surprised if Clarkson starts. They like him coming off the bench. Who else we got? Royce is okay. Everyone's gonna go to Big Boy Boban, and I don't mind him. Only if he starts. Like I said, only bad thing about this dude is he hasn't played at all. Plus, he doesn't usually play big minutes. Besides this one here, this is the last game of the regular season before the restart, and he had 31 minutes, and then he had 22 minutes. So as you see, whenever this dude starts and gets minutes, the dude can go off. He's 3,500. He'll be like at least 60 to 70% owned. So definitely keep that in mind. Kleba, don't mind him either. Could be a half decent option. So this game has a lot of chalky values, so definitely keep that in mind. Toronto and Milwaukee. I think this one could be maybe a little bit slower paced game. Both these teams, like I said, already in the playoffs. This is a back to back for Toronto, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did maybe rest one or two guys here. Like maybe Marc Gasol or something gets the day off or something like that. So, like I said, for some reason Gasol's out. Obviously, Ibaka will be in the starting lineup, and he's half decent play. Giannis should play in this one. Don't mind Siakam, Fred VanVleet. But for the most part, I don't have too many guys from this one. Um, what's the total? No total on this one, but not really the game you really want to target. Maybe one or two pieces, I guess. But I just don't, like I said, I just don't think they're going to go hard at it. You know what I mean? I mean, they don't really need it. So, Indiana and Miami. Looks like Dragic and Butler are going to be back, so it looks like the value for Duncan and Hero are gone for the most part unless we get word these guys are going to be limited. I probably wouldn't play the bench players for Miami too much. Brogdon definitely could be in play. Warren, if he plays, he's in play. If Warren's out, I like Turner and Brogdon quite a bit, and also don't mind a little bit of Aaron Holiday. Who else we got going on? Don't really like Bam here. I do like Turner quite a bit. Kelly came off the bench last time out, so I was a little interesting. He only played 22 minutes, so I'd rather have Kelly start than coming off the bench. So we'll see. If he starts, definitely give him a little bit more of a boost for sure. And then we got Denver and the Lakers. At this point, don't really care if they win or lose because they're the number one seed. So they're not really playing like the Lakers play. And that's obvious. They don't care. They're just chilling, having fun out there, and just relaxing. So I could easily see Denver winning this one. I think Denver starts their core guys. Murray's back. And like I said, Murray's looking good. Porter's just looking like a god out there. Grant, not too bad. They're not really playing Millsap, so keep that in mind in your builds. And then you got Jokic as well. So one guy that has been playing pretty good, if you want to take a GPP flyer, is Dwight Howard. Dude doesn't play a lot of minutes, but he's been half decent. He's always a risky play for me, just because he's so just off and on. But when he's on, he's on. So you could look at him if you want to. Davis and LeBron are probable in this one, so we'll have to see there. So that's what we got going on. So I honestly don't mind stacking this OKC Phoenix game. I really don't, man. I mean, you can go Paul Rubio if you want. I wouldn't go down the pain unless you desperately have to. I think there's other value out there that I'd rather have, like Baisley or Basley, however you say it. I really like him, depending on Nerlens Noel and Adams. I think he's honestly in a really good spot here. You can look at Diallo or Dort as cheap options. I think Dort will be very chalky. I do like Booker in this one. Another guy I did not mention at all, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, if Adams is out there, they don't really have a big that can really guard him. He is up and down, but he could easily get you a 40 to 45 burger here at only 7,700. Um, if you don't want to go Ayton and you want to get a, Ayton, I think Ayton will be a lot lower owned because of Boban. But if you want to go Boban, totally have at it. It lets you probably go get Giannis or not Jokic, Porter or something like that. But if you want to get lower ownership, you could definitely look at Ayton. But like I said, Boban should be very chalky. Curry, Trey Burke also could be very chalky. Curry is probable. Like I said, Trey Burke's another guy that could go off at any time or could absolutely suck as well. Um, like I said, you could look at Clarkson as well. Tim Hardaway could get some extra usage, even though he's not really in that great a spot. He usually gets half decent usage. He's been absolute crap, but I mean, with those two big boys out, a little bit of usage somewhere. So that's the way you could go there. And like I said, I don't mind. No, it's not the greatest matchup, but dude's been hot. You could definitely look at him. If you want to go Murray, you definitely can if you want to. Um, and like I said, if you want to go Jokic on a DK, you probably have like two or three centers over there if you want to go that way. So that's kind of what we're looking at. You might have some extra salary left over. I mean, if you want to go Giannis, you totally can because there's not a lot of big boys out there that are in pretty good spots here. I mean, he might get you 49 to 50, 55, but I still feel like that's a better bet than you're going to get out of maybe, 80 or something. They just been struggling. And like I said, they're just not looking the same since they got that number one seed. So that's mostly what we got going on. Should be an interesting one. Like I said, I really like this Phoenix game. As I said before, just because they're trying to get in the playoffs, so they're going to give it their all. So I don't mind, three or four Phoenix guys in a stack. So yeah, that is it. As normal, if you guys need any help on FanDuel or DraftKings lineup advice, definitely let us know. All you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, and also, like I said, we have sportsbook advice as well. If you guys are getting tired of DFS and just getting screwed over a lot, why not come join us for that? Like I said, I think we are 17-5 or 17-6 before the break when we started that up, so we were doing very good on that. So, if sports betting is a little bit more your type, we'd love to have you guys join us for that. So, all right, guys, that is it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy your weekend. Well, I guess the rest of it, and we'll see you guys a little bit later on.